Hi guys, it's Toymaker, and I'm kind of going back and revisiting the tutorial I did previously on how to make objects glow that you make and upload to Twinity. Apparently we have some issues with it, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm going to try and make this one a little more in depth and see if we can't help people get to where they want to be with their content creation. So that we'll go ahead and dive right in. In this tutorial, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different with this. I put a box in the scene. We're going to go ahead and convert that to an editable poly. Just right click there. If you go up into the modify tab here on the right and then right click, there should be an option for converting to an editable poly, which is what you want to do in order to make the object, the primitive that you dragged in, editable. I'm also going to turn on edge faces, and you can do that by just right clicking where it says perspective and then go down to edge faces, and it will give you the wireframe so that you can kind of see better what's going on. Alright, and I think I'm going to go into the polygon subobject mode under the selection rollout. I'm going to choose everything and then click on inset by polygon, and we'll do that. Just inset each of the different faces a little bit. Okay, so now we have separate areas. Now what I'm going to do, I think is select the entire thing, and I'm going to show you a little bit about material IDs. This is something that I covered in another video that I did, and I had an older channel where I had started uploading videos there, and I've since lost the account information. I didn't feel like I've been lazy about recovering it, so I just started uploading videos on this channel. But I had done a video previously on making texture maps, or like texture maps. For Twinity, so that you could just use like a single material and a single texture for things that you made, rather than using like a bunch of them. It's a way to optimize the things that you bring into Twinity so that they load better and work better in game. And I'm not really going to go into all of that here. This is more about like what we're going to do. I hit clear all for my smoothing groups. And if you like, I think what I'm going to do is these outer edge areas of the box, I'm going to put a material there, and then on the inner part, on this inner face and stuff on each side, I'm going to make this glow with a different material. And for that reason, we need to, in order to do that, we need to change, where'd it go? to change. Oh, it might help if I were in my polygon subobject mode. Yeah, you go into polygon subobject mode and you go all the way down here and it says polygon material IDs. You select the entire thing and set the ID to 1. Then deselect. And now if you click on any one of the polygons, whoops, I want to move that. If you select on any of the polygons, then it will show the material ID of that polygon is 1. Even on the middle one here. But we want the middle one to be different than the ones on the outside. So we're going to click the spinner here, the up arrow next to the spinner where it says set ID to 2. And we're going to do that on each of the faces. Oops. Might help if I click on ignore back facing. That way I'm not grabbing stuff that I don't want. And while you're selecting, if you want to select multiple objects the way that I am, normally if you just click on them, it will change the selection. But if you hold down Control while selecting, you can select multiple faces. And now that we have them all selected, we'll set that to 2. So we got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and so on and so forth. Alright, so there we have that. Next, I am going to go into the material editor. And I'm going to make a multi-subobject material. So like you open up the material editor, and you can either do that by clicking up here where it says material editor, or just press M on your keyboard and that will bring you in. Then you come down here to standard, and in this list that comes up you look for multi-subobject and click on that. We can discard the old material. And this brings up a kind of list, and this here is essentially the same as this in a lot of ways, except that you see here where it says ID, and what this is that, like, if you assign this material now to this object, everything that if you create a material here, and we will do that real quick. We'll make this kind of a darker color, and then for the second one we will make another one. We'll bring that down, and then see here, we will just make 3, and then on the third one we will make this like a completely different color, sort of a weird greenish color. We'll just make it green. Okay. And then you assign it to the object. So with the object selected and the material in question highlighted, you switch between your various materials. With that material highlighted, you click on assign material to selection down here, and you can see what's going on. All the areas that had the material ID of 1 now has the darker color. Everything that had the material ID of 2 has the lighter color, and since we didn't have anything with a material ID of 3 on it, the green color isn't there. But we can go back and if we go to the polygon subobject mode, we'll click on that polygon and change the ID to 3, now we have that green color there. And you can make as many materials like that as you want to. And the thing about these materials, the ones that are in the material editor, you can use these materials in Twinity. You can upload them or you can make an object using these materials and upload it, and you can add a texture like, wood or metal or like whatever it is that you're making, and upload it. But it doesn't take advantage of the Twinity shaders, and this is really pretty limited. The only things that you can really do with this are like you can make colors like I have here. You can go in and add a texture, and I will do that real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Textures, view, large icons, see here, wallpaper. We'll grab that and add that. Go up. And now you can see that the wallpaper that that texture is, instead of the green color, now I have that there in that material, or in that slot, and on that face where the material ID of 3 is assigned. Okay, so like once you've got this down, if you wanted to instead do something else with it, like with the Twinity shaders. So how am I gonna do this? Go to standard, click on a new material slot, and this is just another way of doing it. You could actually do it in here, like with this material. You could, yeah, we'll just do it this way. Click on that material. All right, so yeah, click on this material. Go here to where it says standard, and then choose DirectX shader. I think in this case we're just going to keep the old materials as submaterial. And one of the things that you'll notice here is that when I did that, when I added a DirectX shader to like what's going on here, and with this material being assigned to the box, all of the other faces disappeared that don't have that the material ID of 1. And the reason for that is because DirectX shaders and the standard max materials aren't compatible. They don't play well together, so you can't mix them. If you're going to use the Twinity shaders, then everything, all of the different materials, all of the different stuff that you put on your model has to be Twinity shaders, or like the DirectX shaders, or they have to be like the standard max materials. You can't mix them, or you're going to get like really screwy results. So we go in here, and then where it says DirectX shader, you click on that, go up to where Twinity lives, which is under program files on local disk C, or wherever it is installed. Under program files x86, we went to Metaversum, Twinity, res BW shaders standard effects, and you want to look for the one that says light only FX or light only.fx. Open that and we'll throw a diffuse map on there. There was some talk about using later versions of Max to try and do this stuff. This stuff, the stuff that you're seeing here in the material editor, will not even load into later versions of Max, and I think it has something to do with the version of DirectX that's being used. I'm not a shader programmer. I don't really understand how that stuff works. If there's somebody out there who has, like a better idea about that stuff or understands it better, I'd certainly like to know what's going on with that. But I suspect that that's what it is. All right, so next I'm going to add my texture. Let's see here, archive, textures, various, and what am I going to throw on there? One of the other things that you need to keep in mind is that when you're using the DirectX shaders for Twinity, they have to be power up to, meaning that they have to be like they have to be equal on both sides, and they have to be like 512 by 512 or 256 by 256 or 128 by 128 or 1024 by 1024. 1024 is the largest file size that you can use, coincidentally. I'm just going to use that. Pop it on there, and you can see that it's on there, but it looks like crap because it's stretched all over the place. And we'll go and see here, polygon. We'll just select all of it, and then we'll control, get rid of that, 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 and that. We don't need those spaces. And we will throw a UVW map on there and make it a box. And now you can see that well, not all of them are right. I wonder why that is. Oh, I know why that is. I'm a dummy. It's because I have ignore back facing on. I didn't get all of them. Alright, now I've got all of them. And I will click Alt and get rid of the faces that I don't want. There, I think I got them all. Get rid of that. Reapply it. UVW map box. Alright, yeah, now they're all looking good. And I will increase the tiling to 2, 2, and 2. Throw an edit poly on there. And this time I'm just going to grab these faces. They're back pacing again. Throw another UVW map on there, another box. Edit poly. Alright, that way that's all taken care of. Now we'll go back into the material editor, and for the second material, which is like the faces that you can't currently see, and another DirectX shader. Keep old material as a submaterial. And that one we can't see because we changed the material ID, so we'll go in there real quick and change it back to 2. And we will go up to where the shaders live on our hard drive. Resources, BW, shaders, standard effects, light only, open. And in there we will throw another material, or another texture, I mean. Textures, and this time, nope, that is not a power of 2 texture. Various, find one that's the right size. Alright. That one is also the right size. Alright, we'll use that one. Alright, and this is the stuff that we want to glow, so we will crank that up. And there we have it. I'm going to collapse all of that because that's all fine. Alright, with our object selected, we go to File, Export Selected. I'm going to export it to my desktop. I have both of the cloud exporters that I have talked about previously, like the one from the Twinity website and the Kronos group one. I'm going to use the first one. Call this box. Save. These are checked. These are checked. I'm not exporting any animation, so that can be turned off. And hit OK, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, I am back. I am back in my apartment. I'm going to add object. Go to my computer, desktop, box, place, yes. And there we have it. I'm going to use Control and the right bracket to change the lighting. And now we have bits of it that glow and other bits that do not glow. And hopefully this, hopefully this will, like help answer any questions about or further questions that you guys may have had on how to do this. As always, I'm available either in world or through the Facebook page to help out